Good morning, Malta and Gozo, and welcome to another episode of Lovin Daily. I'm Julian Bonici. Joining me today is Paula Kauki. Hi, Paula.
Julian, I'm super excited. Perfect timing, Aldi.
Yeah, it's a really action-packed day for episode for you. Where else to start? Our first story is going to be about Malene FARRUGIA presenting a bill calling for abortion decriminalisation in Malta. The next is all about Malta's vaccination program being opened up for people aged 16 and over as of next week. Then we're going to the Israel-Palestine conflict and Malta's reaction to the escalation of violence over there. Our fourth story is all got to do with ZENITH Finance, and that's the company linked to the Keach-Kembry corruption and money laundering investigation, and an employee who hasn't been paid for months. And our last story is all about PBS, the national broadcaster, as negotiations begin with producers for serious changes on the channel. Just a reminder also to check out Lovin Digest, that's Lovin Malta's newsletter. You can sign up on our homepage, basically keeps you up with all the major news stories of the day. But Paula, there's nowhere else to start besides what happened in Parliament last night.
Il-biraħ kellna bomba fil-pajis, bomba metaforika, għanna storja oħra fuq l-istess linja. Mela l-biraħ Malene FARRUGIA użat is-saħħa tagħha bħala MP indipendenti u bekk with no strings attached biex resqet f'pajjiżna il-Private Members Bill li tiddikriminalizza l-abort. Issa kulħadd tipo ħaxxok tipo wow. Kif morna minn filli qasbis tista' tagħmel hashtag pro-choice fuq l-istatus tiegħek qabel ma jibbombardjaw koxċan il-fruħ għal MP twassal din il-Private Members Bill. U fil-fatt ir-reazzjonijiet kienu kbar, reazzjonijiet naħseb kienu frott xokk u forsi daqsxejn ta' għaġla żejda fejn daħal dan is-suġġett. Il għaliex ma kienx hemm m'hemmx ma teżistix diskussjoni matura dwar dan is-suġġett f'pajjiżna fejn dak li jkun li sibha faċli ħafna li jmur fil-polarized zone tiegħu iva jew le u m'hemmx forsi lok ta' diskussjoni. U għalhekk wieħed issa jibda jara r-reazzjonijiet tal-lawmakers l-oħra tal-poplu ġenerali. Interessanti daqs il-Private Members Bill per se kienet interessanti ir-reazzjoni ta' Godfrey FARRUGIA illi mar minn MP li marriċ jivvota favur l-embryo freezing għax għalih kien abort u dak ma kien aċċettabbli qatt għal pożizzjoni fejn qal naqbel ma' din il-liġi għaliex about time li d-dinjità tal-mara l-mara jkollha dritt fuq ġisimha. Ġifieri wow, proset Godfrey daqskemm proset Marlene għaliex Godfrey jirrappreżenta wave of change. Fil-fatt jiena vera nixtieq ikolli konverzazzjoni ma' Godfrey FARRUGIA biex ifhemni li argumenti mexxew minn kompletament le, abort le, embryo freezing le, għal iva jew niddiskutu niddikriminalizzaw dan is-suġġett biex forsi daw kollha li dalodu fuq newsfeed tiegħi tefgħu ritratt ta' baby mgeżwer u ħelu gustus u jgħidu isma' din il-Private Members Bill ħadd toqtol dan il-baby gustus forsi jkolli konverzazzjoni magħhom ukoll u nuruhom illi le m'għandekx taqsal hemm u għandek tiftaħ ruħek għall-inqas għad-diskussjoni. U wieħed ukoll ma kienx daqshekk it-timing ta' din il-bill kienet daqsxejn kontroversjali għaliex wieħed jaf li forsi wasalna fuq l-għadba ta' elezzjoni ġenerali dan is-suġġett jitellef jew jirebbaħ ħafna voti lil partit jew ieħor u bekk forsi l-partiti politiċi ma jkunux f'pożizzjoni li jiddiskutu dan is-suġġett 360 degrees għaliex jafu li hemm il-votanti qed iħarsu lejhom u kelma żejda jew kelma nieqsa taf tagħmel differenza fil-voti li jirċievu fl-elezzjoni ġenerali.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a topic for the election campaign, as in I'm sure both are going to be hounded on it for the positions, whether you're a sitting MP or a candidate running, right, in a district, you know. As you said, it was a complete 180, right, from both Malene FARRUGIA and Godfrey FARRUGIA on this position. And I have to admit there are some wording in the law that I'm not entirely comfortable with. Sure. However, I just have to say, well done Malene FARRUGIA for starting the conversation, right, in Parliament. As you said, for too long, even just the debate around decriminalizing abortion has been so vitriolic online, people getting attacked for for saying their opinions on the matter, but at least, it's going to start a conversation in a country where sexual health, is seriously lacking, whether it's GU clinic visits, or issues about ectopic pregnancies, issues about the tubes tied. I'm really hoping this bill at least forces the conversation on our MPs. Now, I don't know about you, Paul. I see it maybe as a bit of a positive, right? That, this at least bill might give the opportunity for MPs within both the PA and MPL who would otherwise stay silent on the issue actually make their positions known. Ahead of an election, we actually will know what they stand for.
Ma l-ek il-timing, Julian, għalix nista nassigurak li għal-kemm hemm ħafna nies li huma pro-choice joqogħdu lura milli jgħidu l-opinjoni tagħhom fil-fatt għalhekk ħafna news feeds forsi huma dominati bin-nies li huma kontra li huma pro-life u mhumiex pro-choice. U għalhekk naħseb ħafna kandidati li huma pro-choice ser joqogħdu lura milli jagħmlu l-opinjoni tagħhom għaliex m'għandhomx biżżejjed żmien minn issa l-elezzjoni ġenerali biex ikollhom konverzazzjoni matura u jispjegaw il-pożizzjoni tagħhom. Ġifieri il-Partit Nazzjonalista kull ma kellhom kemm 3 sigħat 4 sigħat biex minn ejja niddiskutu morna għal le ma nistgħu qatt inkunu favorija. And it's okay għaliex il-Partit Nazzjonalista huwa l-ideoloġija tiegħu hija konservattiva wieħed ma kienx jippretendi li ħajħorġu jgħidu iva hija niddikriminalizzaw 360 degrees. Ovvjament issa hemm ħafna ta' pressure fuq il-Partit Laburista li kien il-partit għadu u jibqa' l-Partit Liberali fejn tidħol id-direġija ta' dan il-pajjiż u li huma imexxu aġenda progressiva. Ovvjament l-abort huwa naħseb l-iktar issue progressiva li wieħed jista' jiddiskuti u li nemmen li ħadd toħloq ftit ta' friction fil-Partit Laburista wkoll għaliex mhux kulħadd jifhem l-istess. Għalhekk kitbet dan it-timing u hawnhekk nappella biex dak li jkun ma jiġrix għal konklużjoni minn issa għal 48 hours oħra u speċjalment il-politiċi joħorġu jiddikjaraw iva jew le, għaliex imbagħad diffiċli biex imorru lura minn kelmthom. Ġifieri ħudu żmien tagħkom ejja niddiskutu għadi because if we get it wrong now jaf jgħaddu mit-sena oħra qabel nerġgħu niftħu il-konverzazzjoni.
And I actually think that's a good point for the people watching, right? We may have a jerk reaction to just hearing it, but I think it's actually a really good opportunity for everyone to sit down, understand what the law is proposing. It's not like maybe legalization, maybe decriminalization, and just really sort of listen to each other for once on a debate that really needs to be discussed. Cool. In Malta, let us know what you think in the comments below. On to our next story, it's Malta's vaccination program. I mean, the health ministry continues to do some really sterling work in the field. At the moment, they've opened up vaccinations for people 16 and over. That's a really positive move. It would be almost like literally everybody who could possibly can getting the vaccine now, because for those of you who don't know, people under 16 currently can't get the vaccine under EU laws. There's still some tests going on, but in positive news, the US is already looking into it and is slowly accrediting it. So hey, we might all get vaccinated. I'm under 30, so I'm really actually looking forward to get my vaccine.
Illi fl-Unjoni Ewropea sewwa illi ser inkunu qegħdin niftħu il-vaccination għal kull min jista' jieħu il-vaċċin u bekk jgħinna pass ieħor biex nilħu l-herd immunity li huwa dak il pressopoko 75% tal-popolazzjoni mlaqma bal-inqas doża waħda. L-bieraħ kien hemm ħafna dati jiġu mfajrin imma waqt il-konferenza l-aħbarijiet id-deputat Prim Ministru għamilha ċara isma' m'hemmx deadlines, m'hemmx targets, kollox huwa dipendenti fuq kemm japplikaw issa żgħażagħ ta' taħt 30 sena. Ġifieri il-ballun huwa fit kull min qed isegwina għandu inqas minn 30 sena biex jirreġistra. Li xejn dak li jkun jgħidu hija mhux ħanoħodha l-vaccine għax Ġulien ħajoħodha. Mela xorta ħaninqu herd immunity b'Ġulien biss. Le, għaliex hekk ma tieħux il-vaccine inti jaf nibqgħu f'dik is-70% għaddiju herd immunity, għaddiju li nkomplu niftu kollox imorru realtà għaliex jaf jerġa' jerbaħilna il-COVID. Ġifieri tkunux passivi, din hija ġlieda ta' kulħadd u kulħadd irid jagħmel il-parti tiegħu.
And the numbers are really going in a positive direction, right? Yesterday the active cases dropped down to just 192 after there were 5 new COVID-19 patients and 17 recoveries. We're really doing a good job, just a bit more patient.
Ħadet il-vaccine in-nanna ma toħodx inti.
And just as that, like Paula said, please register to get vaccinated.
Naddu suġġett kompletament differenti li minxtutna, sfortunatament sfortunatament fis-sena 2021 għadna qegħdin naraw xeni ta' gwerra li forsi fakruna fi żminijiet antiki fejn tidħol l-Ewropa, ftit il-bot mill-Ewropa fil-fatt il-konflitt bejn Iżrael Palestina kompla jeskala anke bil-bieraħ b'attakk l-aħħar attakk li kien hemm f'Iżrael li ħalla 32 persuna mejta, ovvjament mhux daw 32 persuna biss huma vittmi ta' dan il-konflitt imma xieren jekk mhux xieren ta' luf ta' persuni illi sfaw vittmi kemm jekk tilfu ħajjithom, kemm jekk tilfu darhom, kemm jekk tilfu ħajjithom eżin kellhom jemigraw minħabba dawn il-konflitti u hija xi ħaġa li anke aħna għandna nkunu konxi dwarha ta' x'ilu jiġri ftit li minn xtutna fil-fatt il-bieraħ ħarġet reazzjoni uffiċjali mill-Gvern ta' Malta fejn talbu l-ġiex naħat sabiex jieħdu azzjoni immedjata titnaqqas it-tensjoni u tieqaf il-vjolenza bejn iż-żewġ naħat wieħed jispera li b'xi mod sibna kura l-COVID id-dinja tingħaqad u pajjiżi jingħaqdu l-partiti jingħaqdu jsibu soluzzjoni għal dan il-konflitt.
Yeah, there were some really shocking videos being shared online and on news stations about the conflict over there. And basically, for those of you who don't know, it's all got to do with Israeli government starting to colonize, parts of Palestinian settlements in an already region with loads of conflict and loads of tensions. It's just flared up everything. Obviously, Israel is a lot more powerful, and many people out there would consider the Palestinians the oppressed ones in this scenario. I know it's actually a cause really close to Malta's president's heart. It's something he really comments on quite a lot. For those of you out there who maybe aren't familiar with the situation, I would just try, get informed about it. It's quite a tense conflict with the international community sort of standing by because of their relationship with Israel in that region. We need people to act, and we also need people to be informed. So make sure you check it out. Check out the news, read what you can from both sources, obviously, and hopefully there'll be a more peaceful solution to it, because it's been going on for the better part of 72 years, so we need to find a solution as soon as possible. On to our next story, an employee still working at ZENITH Finance, and that's the company linked to a corruption and money laundering investigation involving Keach Kembry and Allied Newspapers former managing director Adrian Hillman. The worker who spoke to Lovin Malta, he works in the call center at Zenith Finance, sort of said how it was scandalous how he was left and other employees were left without pay because of the case. Zenith Finance has had their assets frozen and have been barred from taking new clients or providing new services to existing ones. So it's basically, hampered their business and, left employees without a wage. Obviously, there is some sympathy, right, for the employees, who have suffered from this because they are paying the price sort of for their director and their owners' misgivings. But unfortunately, this is the reality, right, of financial crime and financial investigation in Malta.
Ekku, ġifieri jiddispjaċini ħafna meta jieħlu l-ħaddiema, għaliex ovvjament il-ħaddiema speċjalment li jkunu fi branek li m'għandhomx jaqsmu ma' deċiżjonijiet li jittieħdu ibatu minħabba d-deċiżjonijiet tal-persuni li jkunu qegħdin imexxu l-kumpanija. Ma nistax ngħid illi qed nieħu di l-aħbar b'sorpriża għaliex jekk inqataw is-sources of revenue kollha tal-kumpanija u wieħed kien jistenna li di kważi tiġi xolta, jekk dak huwa ħsieb, ma nafx minix intiża fl-accounts ta' din il-kumpanija, però forsi huwa l-mument li kumpaniji oħra juru solidarjetà mal-ħaddiema ta' din kumpanija partikolari u jekk ikun hemm bżonn ta' recruitment jaħsbu fihom għaliex jispiċċaw l-anka stampa mhix ġusta.
There's actually one interesting detail that happened. So yesterday, the people from Malta Enterprise sort of went on the stand and said how there wasn't fraud maybe in the deal, What I'm wondering is what happens if people from Zenith Finance are found not guilty, right? Is there going to be compensation? I think it's going to be a really interesting debate moving forward on these cases.
Għalhekk jalla l-ġustizzja tieħu l-kors tagħha imma taġġel ukoll ma jistax ikun li 30 sena oħra nkunu għadna din niddiskutu ġara din il-kumpanija. Imma dik hija storja oħra għal ġurnata oħra nagħlqu l-programm l-aħħar storja jidher illi Television Malta ser ikun qiegħed jara daqsxejn ta' facelift jew bidla hekk kif illum li jidher ser jibdew xi xi negozjati tal-PBS mal-producers kurrenti u dawk li wkoll ibrew interessi li jkollhom programmi fuq l-istazzjonijiet nazzjonali ta' pajjiżna milli jidher mingħajr dut jidher li ħsieb huwa li Television Malta il-One biex niftehmu, mhux il-One, il-Television Malta l-oriġinali jieħu xi ħaġa daqsxejn iktar b'entertainment shows, ikun light, eċetera, li jżommok ngħidlu jiena u Television Malta 2 ikun iktar serju b'aħbarijiet u ġrajiet kurrenti. Ma nafx ifhimni about time illi forsi nerġa' tisparkja daqsxejn interess mill-pubbliku speċjalment għadu żgħir tamparna li wieħed jitħajjar actually kollu servizz ta' stazzjonijiet lokali fit-television tiegħu biex jisegwi x'inhu jiġri illi nafu li naqset ħafna nies pereżempju inkluża jien għandi Netflix nagħmel riklan u daqshekk fimt. Forsi jekk tiżdied il-kwalità tal-programmi lokali wieħed actually jibda jsegwi l-istazzjonijiet lokali jerġa'.
Yeah, and that's it, as Lovin Malta has reported as well, PBS is drowning in debt, so serious changes really have to be made inside Malta's public broadcaster. And as you said, Paula, most young people simply don't watch, I watch maybe, as you said, the news, an occasional show here and there, if that, but mostly I don't tune in, and there really needs to be serious changes, because at the end of the day, we are tomorrow's audiences, right?
U apparti minn hekk naraw jew le tax-xitana din jintużaw biex jissussidjaw dan l-istazzjoni, ġifieri għandna dritt għal kwalità ta' programmi aħjar.
And
Għax jew le tħallas għalih.
Exactly, we're all paying for it, and we deserve a bit of a better quality, and you just touched on the Netflix issue, right? We're all looking on foreign stations, watching foreign movies, crying out for Maltese stories, where really our public broadcaster should be the place where it's telling our stories in our voice by Maltese people for Maltese people to really, I think, improve our culture. That's it from us for today, and just remember, have a day full of lovin'.
Ciao.